Alright, welcome to another episode of Psoto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. We're going to get on Tigger and try to go out and get chitin from wherever we can. Don't have any real restriction. I think I will take a backup animal. Does this guy ever collect any damn eggs? Oh wow, he got 3 eggs. Jeez. Anyway, I'm collecting eggs so I can get a better one of those guys. You know, they have to be better. Let's see. Who do I want to cryo and take with me? I guess one of the backup birds. I'll take backup number 2. I don't think I want to do anything with the weight. I won't put any points into it. I'll just cryo backup number 2 and we'll do that. I gotta fix that when I get a chance. Okay, as long as these guys have access to food. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Heavy Betty has footballs. If I find something small I like, I might try to get it. Just depends. I have 1 cryo. Alright. It's an 80. That's an 88 or something. Those are good because you put all your points into attack on those animals and you put them on neutral. And if you attack something, they will attack with you and do extra damage. That's why they're good. So if you get one with full mutations in attack and you have it on your shoulder, you don't really need anything else. It'll attack for you and it'll actually start, it'll take, it'll have little pieces of resource, like little pieces of meat and stuff stuck in its teeth, Anyway, I got some videos lined up. Let's look at the vids first. So here's Linval Williams. He's one of my favorites. I haven't played a lot of his videos, but this guy is so he's so level-headed in his speaking, and he's so direct. It kind of scares me a little how focused this man is. So I listen to what he says very carefully. I try to break it up, and I apply it as much as I can. Not everything applies to you as an individual, but you definitely can keep it as food for thought. Anyway, it says men working towards success. Let's see.
If I want to achieve something, I'll lock in for 6 to 8 months continuous work ethic. I might take a break for 2 to 3 weeks. And then I'll lock in for another 8 to 12 months. Sometimes I'll go 18 months straight. My work-life balance is what can I balance with doing the most work I can towards the goal while also enjoying working with my family, as in spending time with my family. Making sure my children are being well educated. Making sure I put work in for my body to be durable and as physically capable as possible. And also spending time with my wife, because me and my wife have to make sure we keep our relationship intact. It's not just doing what we need to do as parents for our children, but doing what we need to do for each other as a relationship and a commitment to one another. A lot of people are going to say, sleep 12 hours. You sleep as much as you want. I'm going to sleep as much as I can, but as little as I can. So I may not sleep 8 hours. I might sleep 6. I might even sleep 4. And I'll push myself for 12 to 14, 16 hours if need be, because I've already laid out a plan. See, work-life balance for me is write out what you want. Put 10 things on the paper. maybe even 5. And the one thing that you need to do now, or in the moment you can't go without right now, focus solely on that until you've completed it. Work day in and day out. Sleep only as much as you need to, not want, because everybody wants to sleep longer than they need to. And once you wake up from sun up to sundown, all you got to do is work towards that goal. Organize your day so that you can spend time with your family. Within the day, or at least after 2, 3, 4, 5 days consistently working, sleeping, you spend time with your wife and kids. Sometimes a lot of people will say they're spending time with their family, and you're not. You're on your phone, strolling, looking at Instagram and everything else that ain't benefiting you at all in life. Work ethic. A man must work. Work ethic is important. Don't worry about, I need time for myself. No, you don't. You spent years spending time with yourself, and you've done nothing but built bad habits. Okay, we got to counter that. See, this is the mindset I have, but I got this from my father. We don't play these games. You know, you want to play a game, go be a professional game player, ball player, sports player. Because even then, you'll understand the work ethic is extremely high, and the competition is even higher than the job you hate that you got to compete with to climb the corporate ladder or be an entrepreneur. Nothing about life was ever meant to be easy. That's why they say don't grow up fast. But work-life balance, to me, imagine if you work 6 months straight nonstop, 8 months straight nonstop, a year straight nonstop. You'll be far ahead in 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, a year, than some people who've worked 6 years, 8 years, 12 years. A lot of people are going to say, working so hard, you take years off your life. You being stressed about money, you take years off your life. You can't play me. I know this. I've been doing this. Some people are out here 20 years old, 22 years old. They're trying to be life coaches. What have you been through? Some of y'all drinking and smoking every day, and people are the ones with the statement of working is going to kill you. Meanwhile, they're intoxicated every day. They're smoking every day. They're doing all kind of stuff to their body. You can't fool me. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention. If you risk a year of something, you can benefit from it. You can enjoy the fruits of that 5 to 10 years or even for the rest of your life. Because you've done what nobody else around you are doing with continuous effort, a longer time duration than anybody around you. And you learn so much so fast that you can be more efficient in the years to come. While other people are spending 5 to 10 years to learn what you've learned in 1 year, but they're getting older. After 10 to 15 years, 5 to 15 years, they cannot exert that energy with what they've learned as you will exert that energy with what you learned in 1 year. We don't talk about belittling people, but we gotta state the truth, right? Work-life balance, you gotta put the work and life together. So some days you're not gonna sleep 8, 12 hours. Some days you're not gonna see the kids. Some days you're gonna have to sacrifice hanging out with the boys, hanging out with your friends. You might even miss family gatherings. You might miss the Super Bowl or the World Cup or the Olympics or whatever it is. You might miss that premiere of what your favorite show. It'll always be there. You got highlights. You got reruns. People got paid subscriptions. Do it for a year. And if you don't like it, stop. But don't excuse doing it because it's uncomfortable. Because you possibly won't like the years to come, the next 5 to 10 years. My main goal is to have money work for me. I'm going to make money. I'm going to get older. It's going to become more difficult to make money if we're doing it from physical labor. Before you can have money work for you, you got to understand how to invest money, how to treat money. You got to change your mindset of money. But for most of us, we're going to have to work for that money first. So for instance, the more I make, the more I keep, the more I can invest, the more money works for me, the more money I can possibly make. It's not a guarantee, but doing nothing guarantees nothing. Work-life balance is going to be a little bit hectic in the beginning because in the beginning, you're going to put more effort and get less results. But over the long term, like I always say, you can put less effort and get more results. But you have to build that. You have to plant that seed. See, I already said, money doesn't get tired, but I will. As I get older, I'm going to run out of gas. I'm a human being. I'm a man, but I'm a human being. So the more money that I can get to work for me, the sooner, the better. The key is not to have a schedule and prioritize a full schedule. The key is to prioritize your priorities. You have to schedule your priorities first, not just have a schedule. You see, I don't comprehend anything else other than telling my wife and children I love them and getting to work. The grind, the grind, the grind. I will accumulate as much wealth as I can right now. Me and my wife will enjoy a little bit, and then we'll leave it to our children. And then my grandchildren will be able to benefit from that wealth. Work-life balance is having a goal. Work-life balance is understanding you're going to do a lot of things a lot of people don't agree with. You're going to do a lot of things a lot of people claim they can't do. They're just making a decision not to. Work-life balance is, what are your values? Do you value having options? Do you value sending your kids to a better school? Do you value putting yourself in a better position? Do you value having the best health care? Even if you think healthcare in America is bullshit, go to other countries. You probably will change your mind. Do you value having assets over liabilities? Do you value passing down wealth, not poverty? Do you value taking advantage of the country you live in? Because if you go to other countries, like I said, you probably will change your mind. You think you have it hard in America, go to another country. You'll come back and say, ooh, shit, I've been wasting time. It's like everybody put their problems on the table, right? Some of us will see somebody else's problems, we'll hurry up and grab our problems back. And we'll think to ourselves, my problems is not that bad. I just been sitting around just feeling sorry for myself. Work-life balance, once you accept there is no work-life balance, it's just do as much as you can within the day. Everybody got 24 hours. You will understand you need to do this as long as you can to put yourself in the best position possible, because we are living based on everybody prior to us. And our parents and grandparents did the best that they can with what they had. I will always say right here, right now is the best position as humans we've ever been in. Compared to the past, obviously there's still things going on that we don't agree with in life. But whatever we don't agree with that's going on right now, it probably was even more dramatic or more extreme in the past. Right here, right now, you have the opportunity to do something nobody before you has done. Whether it's your family, community, anybody. But you have to focus on doing things that a lot of people won't do. If you knew better, you do better. If you understand this, you wouldn't have made those mistakes. All these things that people say, it comes from somebody has to do it first. And you're crazy until you become successful. Working 16 hours a day, investing in a company, starting a company, being an entrepreneur, being a manager, whatever it is. You can be a pilot. It's crazy until you're doing it and people see what comes with it. So for me, work-life balance, work on something 6, 8, 10, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Because whatever time frame it is, whatever time duration it is, you probably will enjoy the fruits of your labor times 3, 4, and 5. For me, that's work-life balance. I'll risk a year or two to live the rest of my life how I want. I'll risk 5 years of my life and in doing something that some people say is taking years off your life. And the rest of my life I live great, while the rest of their life, slowly but surely, they're just taking years off their life by being stressed out, using drugs and alcohol to avoid their situations. And every time you wake up, your problems come right back and smack you in the face and say, hello, you thought I was gone? No, I'm here to remind you every day you have to deal with me until you deal with me. So either way it goes, like I say, stress from no money or stress from having a lot of jobs and having money. Stress from sacrificing now or stress from dealing with the receipt when you got to accept it later on when you get that bill because you didn't sacrifice at all. Work-life balance is working and balancing your health as much as possible. But you're going to have to work, because if you don't work, there is no life.
I fell down. Shit. Kind of nasty in here. I don't like to fall in that fucking hole because it's hard to get out. But I'm on a good animal, so I should be okay. Even with a primitive saddle, I should be okay. Even if I get hit hard, I can still recover. I have good enough stats to do that. All right. Gonna go over here, see if I can get anything good over here. But let me find a good stopping point here. Should be relatively safe here. Oh shit, it's hot. Oh fuck. Take that off and take that off. Put that on. Okay. Alright, there's nothing here, so I should be okay. I think somebody left. See, people use a teleporter or whatever, and these little babies get left behind. And you can't do nothing to help them because they're not your animal, so you don't have access to it. You can put it in the chat, but I never go on the chat. I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. I'm just here because I have a character already at 107, so I don't want to go out and start a character from scratch who can't do shit, you know. Anyway, the only thing that got me out of what he said is we're going to save up and leave it to our children. And I'm like, I hope your children aren't dumbasses. They're going to waste all your hard-earned money and learn how to make money on their own if you don't teach them. Because a lot of kids, I've met a lot of like spoiled brats that they get money from their parents and they don't appreciate the value of a dollar or at all in any sense of the word. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't trust my kids with my hard-earned wealth at all, especially nowadays. I've had real spiritual enemies that'll program your parents, the people around you, the system against you, just because they want to make you suffer. You know, that's their job, is to fuck you over and make you suffer. Can you imagine giving them a child that you love? Shit, that's a bioweapon, man. That's a fucking bioweapon in reality. And they have no problem using it against you. Poor angels. Anyway, we're going to have a big war. It says, why I'm so bitter towards women. Oh, boy.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Thursday, August the 29th, 2024. I am back with another episode. And if y'all have noticed, which I'm sure you have, thank y'all for tuning in. I am recording this video from my home setup. And the reason for that is I lost # somebody stole my phone. I was in Walmart last night shopping. And I don't know how many of y'all may do this, and if you do it, you need to stop because it's a bad habit of putting your phone in the basket.
Yeah.
While you're shopping, just you might have your phone on you instead of putting it in your pocket, you sit it in the basket, right? So I finished my little shopping, went outside, put all my stuff in my car, pushed the basket on up, and left. Got home, didn't have my phone. Run back up there, my phone gone, right? So I go back in, like it didn't happen before. It's not the first time that this happened to me. Go back in the store. A lot of times, the other time, the phone, somebody had turned it in, or when I went back, it was still in the basket. I went back in time, right? So this time, I wasn't so lucky. So I had to, first I tracked the phone. You can track it, right? Tracked it to a slum.
A slum.
To a neighborhood that I didn't know existed. Not far from where I live, like 3 miles from where I live. Back off like down a little road back into like some wood, not woods, but like, what you call it, a trailer park. But it's not the trailer park you used to seeing. It looked like somewhere like a trailer park scrapyard where they take them when they're no longer in service and they just back there rotting. Somewhere I don't like dogs would live.
Shit.
And there's people living back there. Guess who the people are? Immigrants. Everywhere. I didn't know they was here in my little city. You have to go back. You see them out and about in the stores or what have you. But it's like they got their own city inside of a city. I tracked my phone on you get the GPS tracking. I tracked my phone to the immigrant dwelling.
Oh, fuck it is.
And it was disgusting. It looks like a third world country within our city right here. That you can't see if you wouldn't just happen to be going down in there looking for something, like I was looking for my phone, the GPS sent me there. I wasn't fortunate enough to find exactly which one of them trails it hit on, because it don't give you the exact trailer that it was in. But it let me know that it was in that setting right there. And I know it was there because I turned on my Bluetooth and it said phone connected. And my Bluetooth only set for my phone, so I know it was there. I just didn't know where. But my point is, they have cities within our city and your city too. These trailers were not fit for someone to live in. And somebody owns those trailers, and somebody has got a sign out front, like a little place where you rent, apartments and stuff. Somebody is profiting off of them. That's another reason why they're here. It's an inside job also. They come across the border, but they come in knowing they got help from the inside, which is greedy Americans using them for cheap labor, renting slums to them, just taking advantage of them. America has a history of loving slave labor. Well, slavery was abolished, but they getting as close to slavery as they can with these immigrants. So I saw a few of them out getting ready to go to work. I asked, about the phone, whatever. I mean, no English. So that's not what this video is about. But I'm just explaining to y'all why I ain't making the video here. Or I had to go file a claim, insurance claim, $279 deductible to get a new phone.
Wow.
And they're going to have it here between 7 and 9 tonight. The phone is $1,300, but I had to pay $279 for the insurance.
That's way too much.
I got insurance on the phone. I only got that expensive. I don't do expensive phones. I only got it for
That
YouTube
is a fucking expensive
because
phone.
of the camera quality and some other things that I can use it for
couple of
to
$100
help me with my content.
Jesus.
But other than that, I had a little prepaid $200 phone. I don't care nothing about all that.
That motherfucking
all I needed
thing
was
better
Facebook
cook
and
breakfast
YouTube.
for
That's
me.
all I cared about. I didn't care about all the other stuff. So, just a little heads up on y'all. Don't put your phone in the basket when you go shopping. It's a bad habit. I know I'm not the only one to do it because other people tell me that happened to them too. That's a bad habit. Break that habit. Don't leave your phone in the car. That's my best suggestion for you. When you go in the store, leave the phone in the car. If somebody call you while you're in the store, they'll be all right. You ain't gonna be in the store that long. You have to just go, you see a missed call, you holler at them when you get out the store. Just a friendly suggestion. But anyway, on to the topic. I always hear, and you probably hear, especially as men, women talking about who hurt you. A lot of times women nowadays don't understand why a man like me, I hear women throwing salt on me now that once was cool with me, talking about, I'm keeping the division going. Like I'm the reason men and women ain't getting along. I just been on here a year. This shit been going on for decades. I'm not causing it. I'm just talking about it. But what the women hate is somebody telling the truth about what's really going on and why it's going on, right? So I'm going to tell the truth about this matter. When y'all always asking, who hurt you? Why men so bitter? Get over it. Just get over it. Grow up. Who hurt you? And they dust it off like it ain't no big deal. Because it ain't no big deal to them. Because they ain't trying to understand, or they don't understand. And they going to say, well, we done been hurt too. Not to this level that I'm about to explain. That y'all probably have never heard it like this before. Probably never will unless somebody copy me. But you haven't heard this part of it. You haven't heard our side of it. Say it like this. Imagine someone taking your parent from you. Imagine someone taking your parent from you. I'm talking to the women now. Your mom, or I know y'all love your mom. So imagine somebody taking somebody from you that you love more than life itself, and then turn around after they done took that person from you, had a nerve to tell you to get over it. It ain't no big deal. That been 10 years ago that I took your mom from you. Why you still dwelling on that? Why you still bitter? Lady, this person that took your mom from you. It's been 10 years ago. You still feeling some type of way about that. And they ask you, why are you so bitter? That been 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Who hurt you? The person that took your mom away from you. What they got to do with anything, Big Ward? Sweetie, I'm glad you asked. Because for me, when I went through a divorce, losing her was no big deal. Not being able to be there with my son every day like I wanted to be was equivalent to taking my mom away. You took the most important thing, the most valuable thing to me. In a sense, when you decided you weren't happy no more, you don't want to be a family no more. You want to be single. You don't like the married life. You want to be free, independent. You don't want to, so forth and so on. Irreconcilable differences. Not cheating. None of that. There was none of that going on. You just wasn't happy. I wasn't good enough at the time. I wasn't making enough money. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. I was too tall. I was do whatever. Just wasn't happy. So you wanted to go your own way. And I had to accept you taking my child. And I get to see him when I get to see him. Instead of being in the house, being able to see my son. I was just thinking about that last night. Sitting up in the bed. I call him, talk to him, whatever, but I'm saying to myself, I'm supposed to be able to sit here right here with my son. Every day when I get out of work and come home, hug my son, throw him the football, whatever, every day. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the type of man I am. That's the type of father I am. And you know that. You knew that. But because of this person and how they felt, and nothing is more important than how she felt. Do we deserve to be happy? Sometimes. Not all the damn time. That ain't reality. That ain't life. No, you ain't gonna be happy all the time. Is that person not responsible for your happiness? No. I wasn't doing nothing to take away from her happiness. As a matter of fact, once I'm gone, want it back. Can go back. That's how you know it be some bullshit. When it's over with, they want it back. So, when you ask, why am I so bitter? Or why was I so bitter? I'm not bitter now, but I still get accused of it because now I'm telling the truth. I'm dropping bombs and true bombs on the men to try to help the men avoid going through what I went through and millions of other men that had to lose their loved one called their child. Not in death, not in a physical death, but a mental death. The death of not being able to be there every day, 7 days a week. Same home with your child, raising them. From the time the sun go up, you go to work, come home, from the time the sun go down, you there with your child. That's the type of father I am, the type of man I am. That's what I was expecting to do. That's what I had planned on doing. And because of somebody else, I wasn't able to do that. In spite of the fact I wasn't mistreated, was a good husband, good friend, good man, good person. I ain't talking about no a-hole. I ain't talking about a man that mistreated his family. Abusive. Sorry. None of that. I'm talking about a man that a person said was the best man they ever had. But at some point, wasn't happy. Or, women nowadays tend to think they're supposed to be happy at all times. If not, that's grounds for leaving. They call it irreconcilable differences. That means you don't make the heart go pitter-patter no more. She don't get butterfly when she see you no more. She ain't excited to see you no more. An example, Judge Mathis. Married 40 years. And anytime you see him, look like the marriage was wonderful. She filed for divorce after 40 years. Irreconcilable differences. No abuse, infidelity, none of that. When you file for divorce on the ground of infidelity, cheating, it says that. Irreconcilable differences is just it's just a easy out the system gave women to destroy families. Because they wanted families destroyed. They don't want families together. We're easy to control, divided. Strong families are hard to control, white or black. They don't want strong families. The powers that be don't want white families because it ain't just happening to black people. Keep that in mind. It ain't a black thing. It's an American elite, American peasant. The haves and the have-nots. They don't want the have-nots to have strong, solid families. If you haven't realized that by now. So why am I so bitter? Which I'm not, but I was. I admit that. How would you feel when somebody has taken your loved one from you? See, it ain't about, y'all think we bitter at women. We hate women because she left me. I don't care. I done been left many a time. Ain't got no issue with none of the women that left me. I only had an issue with one. The one that got my child. Which I don't have an issue with her anymore. That's the worked itself out through the grace of God. So I'm not bitter about that. None of that. It's just that this is not the way I wanted it. Why should I be happy about that? Would you be happy, woman, somebody take your loved one from you? See, we not tripping. Well, let me speak for myself. I'm not tripping about losing her. I'm not tripping about not being able to be with her every day. I'm not mad at her for her leaving. Just her. The problem I had, and I still have, is I can't be with my son every day. She can. I can't. I have to have scheduled time, the weekend. Even I still get to see him. But I did not have a child, get married, none of that, so that I can one day see him on the weekend. A man like me, we don't go around having kids with that expectation. That's why I only have one now, because I ain't doing it no more. If I have a child, I want to be active in that child's life. I want that child in the house with me every day. That's the type of man I am. And that's the type of man I'm going to be. And that's the type of man I was then. So when I wasn't able to have that based on your feelings, not facts, your feelings. And I know they were feelings because now you don't feel the same way. Now you ain't got the same energy you had when you was not happy. Now it's when you see me. So therefore, ladies, when you're wondering, I can't speak for all men, I'm going to speak for myself. When you ask me, why you so bitter? Who hurt you? As if a man being hurt ain't no big deal. Forget about it. Mm-hmm. Y'all acknowledging we've been hurt because you asked who hurt you. So you know we've been hurt, but it ain't no big deal. Who cares if you've been hurt? Get over it. Now come do what I asked you to do. Come treat me like a queen that I'm not.
Yeah.
And as long as you hurt and dealing with the pain you're dealing with, you can't treat me like the queen that I think I am, but you're not. So when y'all wondering and want to toss it under the rug, kick it to the side, it ain't no big deal that man lost his family. And he's feeling some type of way about that. The same way you'll feel if somebody took your mother from you. We dealing with the same grief. Someone took our son from us, our daughter from us. The only thing in this world that means anything to us more than us, somebody took it from us. They didn't kill him, but they fixed it to where I can't see him every day. Can't be with him every day. Can't share memories with him every day. So through them days that I can't see them, it's like they dead because they ain't here. They're not in my presence. They're only alive on the weekend. Or about when I call them. And if that don't explain it for you, you don't want to know. You don't want to know why we bitter.
Shit, I gotta go all the way.
I can't speak for all men. Some men just soft, weak, bums. I'm talking about real men that's been hurt. I'm talking about men that were married, did everything they're supposed to do. Y'all say you want a relationship, where we going with this and all that type of stuff, marriage, and he put a ring on it. He did all he was supposed to do. He still left. He still wasn't happy. Packed up, took his kid. He ain't making enough money. I ain't talking about the men that were abusing you. I ain't talking about that. You ain't supposed to be there getting whooped on it. I know that. I'm talking about this frivolous bullshit y'all divorcing men for nowadays.
Damn.
It ain't what y'all divorcing men for back in the day. Real shit. Y'all divorcing now on some fluff.
Fucking
some
shit.
Imaginary made up problem. Because that man don't measure up to what's up here in your mind. Therefore, leave him. We ain't working shit out. Leave him. Damn the kids. Damn what's best for them. It's what I want. I love my baby, my child. I love my son, my daughter. But I ain't going to do what's best for them. I'm going to do what's best for me. And my son and daughter are going to have to put up with it. Because I'm the queen.
Yeah,
and then y'all turn right around and ask us, who hurt you? As again, I'm speaking for the men who've been hurt on some real shit. I ain't talking about some man, a woman just didn't want him. I'm talking about that man that was married with kids and had to watch his kids be ripped from him. That had to go down to court and fight to see his own child. I'm talking to the old men. I ain't talking about the weak-ass men that just beta male just cause the woman don't want him no more. He go into a frenzy. No kids involved, nothing. She just don't want him. I don't miss her. I don't miss none of them. I miss my son. She just another woman. He ain't just another boy. He is my son. I repeat. I'm not bitter. I don't hate women. I'm not bitter over no woman. I don't miss no woman. None of that. I miss my son. A lot of men out here can relate to what Big Ward talking about right now. So when y'all go around here just throwing it out there like, who hurt you? The person who took my loved one away from me. If you can't understand and relate to that, I'm glad that we're walking away from y'all ass. because you're heartless. You care nothing about us. As if we're not human beings just like y'all. We're not here just to serve you. But y'all have lost sight of that. That you're supposed to be here for us too. That we're human beings. I'm not talking about them old sorry ass, no good ass dudes y'all done been with. I'm talking about the real men. Y'all don't show no respect either. I'm speaking for us. So when I'm around here telling men, don't get in no relationship, don't get married, don't have no kids, I got a damn good reason for it. And if you don't like it, tune out. I'm speaking for the people that don't know how to speak for in this society. Masculine, real men. We don't have a voice. So now we got people coming out with voices. People like me, Kevin Samuels, one of the four that, I ain't start this, but I'm going to take it to the next level. Hate it or love it. I know how I feel to lose my loved one. And I ain't talking about that woman. Wanting to see my son, sit down and watch TV with him every night. I can't do that according to how she felt about a situation that she no longer feels that same way about anymore. That's the crazy part. She don't feel that way no more, but now it's too late. I ain't going back. The damage is done. She don't even feel that way no more. I'm the best man out here again, but it's too late. She'll tell somebody, he a good dude, solid dude. He a real one. I don't worry about nothing with him. Too late. I wasn't good enough to be married to, though, at that time. For whatever she was feeling at the time. Feelings ain't facts. Feelings come and go. Stop making life-changing decisions based on feelings, women.
That's all they know how to do. They don't do
That's why
anything
so
else.
many of y'all single right now are going to die.
They feel their way
because
through situations.
A man cannot trust putting his heart, mind, and soul into somebody that at the drop of a dime, her feelings will tear up everything based on how she feels. Everything y'all have built will be over with in the blink of an eye based on a person's feelings. We're not taking no chances with that anymore. We done grew up, woke up, and realized it ain't worth it. So now we got to deal with walking around here now, y'all asking who hurt you like it ain't no big deal. Instead of saying, man, I know you've been hurt and I understand. I get where you're coming from. You can't say that because you don't care. You got to care to be able to say that. And you don't. They care nothing about us except what we can provide. I said it. Oh. It is what it is. Hopefully I have my phone back so I won't have to be making these videos on this thing because I don't like it. I like in my car, in my truck. So y'all don't worry. This is not what I'm going to be doing. This is going to stay with my live, and I might go live tonight. So for now, let's see how this video works. Get it, got it, good. Bye.
It sounds like he learned the hard way that women can be real bitches. And they really, really fucking can. And my mom was just cruel to me because she could get away with it. Anytime you let somebody get into a position in your life where they can get away with hurting you, abusing you, using you, dehumanizing you, degrading you, getting in your head and convincing you you're nobody, you're nothing, that's what my mom did to me. And she blamed her military training, her Marine training. That's what she did, right to my face. During an argument, she confessed it. And I was like, shit, that has nothing to do with me at all. Yet I'm getting treated like I'm in the fucking Corps. I'm not in the fucking Corps. I'm your kid. You know what I mean? But I didn't know to say that. You know, I was just a kid. I don't know. Anyway, this thing's getting pretty full. Alright, I'm going to put him out. Jesus, for a moment there I thought he was going to be fucked up. Alright, so for this guy, I'm going to make him like middle of the road. And give him just enough weight, like 2,000, 3,000 weight, and the rest I'll put into melee. And I'll name him, let's see, passive, you're going to follow on 4, and you're going to follow, and let's see, and give him some meat, because he doesn't have anything, well, give you everything. Let's see. I put all of it on him. He can carry this shit. It's got weight reduction. My boy's already full up. And the thing is, my boy has weight reduction for this shit too. There we go. Alright. So that's that. Should just follow me. Come on. As tacky as it is, it'll work. There we go, brother. There we go. Alright, he's on passive follow. Alright, let's go to the next video. We're only at 48 minutes, so we got time to hear that last one, I think. That was an excellent thing, but Jesus, Big Ward's had bad experience, and so have I, and we based our decisions sometimes on these very bad experiences that don't apply to a lot of people. Sometimes you don't get an abuser in your life, or an agent, or you're not a targeted individual. You're just some dude. Well, the thing is, these people will sometimes worm their way into your life for various reasons. And that's why I stay away from people, because you don't know who's going to stick it to you. And you don't really want to get too personal with people because they have too many personal issues, like he found out. That woman was either arrogant or selfish or disrespectful, or she figured she's just going to sucker this fool and use him for all he's worth. And she got it. She got her independence, she got her child, and she got his money. And that's what she cared about. She probably don't work a fucking job, just lives off this guy. Feel sorry for him. But anyway, hard lessons, brother. Big Ward, you're the best. Here we go. Now this guy, scariest, most interesting person I've seen on YouTube. Realist Being 99. Nobody deserves millions of dollars. 8 minutes. We could do it.
Yes, I am here. I am here. So, the topic I want to discuss in this video is how no one on this planet deserves millions of dollars and just a shit ton of money. No one does. No one is, in my opinion, no one is special enough to deserve that much money, and no one is, that important to the world to have that much money with them. That's certainly not the case with anyone. You really believe that billionaires and millionaires really, do you really think that the amount of money they have, defines who they are as a person? Hell no. I mean, it does negatively, sure, you can say that. It definitely gives me a more negative view other than positive, because, look at how much money all these people have, and, they're not doing anything with it. What's the fucking point, man? Why would you not be donating your money if you have fucking, hundreds of millions of dollars and just all this fucking bullshit, You know what I mean? If it was up to me, I would make it so that no one is allowed to have more than $100 million.
They're greedy motherfuckers.
And that would be very good, And there's a lot of people that would argue even much less than that. There's people that would say no one should have more than $1 million, or some insane psychopaths like that. I'm not gonna think like that, but I think 100 million is a good limit to have. I don't think anyone needs to have. I mean, even then, you could argue a lot of people don't need most of the money they have. Because there's a lot of people that are rich and don't need their money, and there's no point in keeping it. What's the point? Why the fuck are you keeping fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, or even just why are you keeping less than that? Why are you keeping tens of millions of dollars in your bank for no reason? What's the fucking point?
They're living off that money.
With me, I just don't understand how anyone can claim that, oh, like you're just being
It's
jealous,
America.
or you're just broke or some shit like
It's
that. Like, no one,
America.
like anyone who has that opinion about this topic is just an uneducated bum, and these people will be just fucking better off locked in a casket, you know, like fuck this shit, you know. Like, you guys have to remember this, bro. No one needs to have a shit ton of money, and all it does is corrupt you and give you more power that you do not deserve, you know. No human deserves that much power, and no person deserves that much money, you know. It just money and power and greed all go together, and you know, the more money and power someone has, you know, the more likely they are to abuse it, and the more likely they are to just spend their money either on stupid things or just save it and not spend it at all, or you know, just not donate it to anything, you know. It's just fucking stupid, you know. And I just don't get it, man, you know. Anyone who has a problem with that, I really don't give a fuck, man. You can call me a communist, you can call me a fucking dictator. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm none of those things, you know. Like, you can't just come up with dumb labels like that and put them on someone. And I'm being completely honest, you know. A lot of people, I feel like most people would agree with what I'm saying, you know. No one needs to have that much money and power, you know. No one deserves it, you know. These rich elitists don't give a fuck about anyone, bro. They're just off committing crimes and having sex with children and all this fucking bullshit, bro. Like, you think these rich people give a fuck about you? Like, hell no, they don't, man. Like, they just use their money to cover up all their dirty schemes that they're doing, you know, and they use their money for corrupt reasons, and you know, that's just a fact, you know. No one can dispute that, you know. A lot of rich people are like this, and you know, it's just dumb, you know. I don't understand why people think that, oh, the goal in life is to just keep getting money, and the goal in life is to just make money and spend it, or you know, just make money and just, like, I don't understand what the objective at the end of all this is, you know. Like, it's not like any of the money that you make with you is going to come with you to the afterlife, you know. It's not, you know. It doesn't matter how much money you make when you die. None of that money is going to be buried with you, and none of it is going to come with you wherever you go next, you know. It doesn't matter. So I don't get the big deal, you know. People need to be looking at a person's
Bush
character and personality, and you know, just
trying
their
to get the
traits,
seeds, and the son of a bitch,
you know, things
gives me
like this,
another
and
Bush.
determining what kind of person they are, even if that's still closed-minded and judgmental and an asshole thing to do, you know.
Look
I'm not
at
saying
this
you
shit.
judge anyone. I'm just saying
It's never
it
going
makes
to give
more
me
sense
the
to judge
goddamn
someone
seeds.
based off of those than
finally.
off of how much money they have. You know, that shit doesn't make any sense, and money has just ruined so much in society, and
Jesus, I can
there's
get
no
a
point in money
tattoo.
existing. You know, do you guys see any other creatures using money as a form of, you know, purchases or a form of transactions? Hell no, bro. No one does this. You know, it's only humans. You don't see aliens doing this. You don't see animals doing this. You don't see any other living beings doing this. You know, you don't see fucking plants and trees doing this, bro. It's only humans, because humans are fucking stupid, and they just like making them. Humans like making life harder than it already is, because humanity wants other people to suffer too, and humanity does not want people to be happy. You know, that's why money exists.
Not everybody's the same way.
It's sad, man. You know.
It's not true.
It
Not
fucking
everybody's
sucks.
the same way.
You guys have to remember
People
that these fucking rich
are
elitists
similar.
like fucking Bill Gates and Elon Musk and all these fucking bums, bro, they don't give a fuck about you, and they're just taking advantage of their power and using it to do things that should not be done, you know. And you don't need to be, you know, in talks with them. You don't need to be in their personal life to know the shit, you know. It's just on the internet and it's out there, you know. These people use their money for evil schemes and just terrible things, you know, and it just doesn't make any sense, man. Like why would you be doing this, you know? Like you're spending you're slaving away your entire life to make all this money, and you're slaving away your entire life to make all this money, and you're spending it doing stupid bullshit that you should not be doing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, and then they'll use their money to cover up schemes and pay off lawyers and judges and all this bullshit, you know. They'll pay off cops, they'll do whatever, bro. They'll pay off government officials. It doesn't matter, bro. People will do anything with their money, you know. That's all it leads to. And this is why I say too much money is a bad thing, you know. I don't understand why. I don't understand how, you know, anyone with a logical amount of IQ in themselves can disagree with what I'm saying. You know, there's legitimately nothing to disagree about. You know, it legitimately doesn't make any sense, you know. So, yeah, Just remember, guys, money is one of the dumbest things humanity has ever created. All it's done is limit our potential as a species, and money has ruined our lives, and it's made us become more selfish, and it's made us become more greedy, and it just motivates us to do the wrong things. You know, it motivates us to sell our souls. It motivates us to go against our, you know, morals and our wishes, and it makes us do things that we're uncomfortable with, and it just sucks, man. All this shit happens and people just let it happen, and no one ever questions it. You know, no one ever criticizes it. All people do is make fun of you for not having money, and all people do is, you know, talk shit about poor people or middle class people for no reason, when these people are all mostly better than a lot of rich people are, and it just doesn't make any sense. There's no fucking logic in anything that goes on in the world, you know. This world is just complete nonsense, and this world is just one big failed abortion that is just a mistake that should have never existed, and yet no one questions it. You know, people just keep feeding the system, and people keep going along with whatever they're expected to do in life, and it just leads us down a dark path where there's no freedom, and, you know, capitalism has just turned into dictatorship, and yeah, capitalism is an evil piece of shit. That's a very important thing to realize, you know. It is.
The system is fundamentally corrupt because it's really based on the greed of men. Lazy people exploit other people so they don't have to fucking work. That's what's really going on. You don't want money. Yeah, I want money so I can retire because I'm old. My life has been spent having fun, playing video games, but not really going out and enjoying life. I'm trying to make up for that. And I'm not desperate or anything because I'm very, very thankful, very humble that I had a life. But, you know, it's just he keeps putting these general things on things. It's like Bill Gates isn't the only person that does things like that. The people he mentioned are not the only ones who do that. There's a whole culture that does that out there in the government, in big business. And that's all they know how to do. They don't know how to do anything else. You know what I mean? They don't. They don't know how to do anything else. They honestly don't know what to do. The only thing they understand is how the world works, and what he's describing is just how the world works. Like, go to Mexico and get in trouble. Whenever they give you a traffic ticket, it's an opportunity for you to pay them off. The old kings and queens, they're the ones that did that. They're the ones that came up with a divorce. The concept of a divorce. They never used to do that before. You know, people didn't get divorces. The royalty came up with that. The wealthy, the powerful. They're the ones that wanted out of a wedding and then off with their head. You know what I mean? Or out of a marriage. It's the way it is. It's the way of the beast. Shit. For a moment there, I thought maybe it was going to crash on me. It's kind of laggy. Now for this one, I might just go right ahead and... Oh, that's a 192. Is it a male or female? It's a female. I would need a male. I think I... Oh, come on, dude. Get out of here. I think I'm going to fly over this dude's base. Dead man. Let's just fly over. You know what I mean? That's why, that's a good thing about having a bird with you. They can carry shit at a reduced weight, and they can do this if you're on a small mount. It looks stupid, but I'll tell you something, it works. If it works, it works. There we go. And this guy is still going to follow me. Yeah. I pretty much have had it with people in general. I just got tired of it. A bunch of crap. Okay. Almost home. Yeah. I don't use the greed and the corruption of the world to justify a bad attitude. That's the only downfall to this guy's logic, is that he's focusing on that negative. A few corrupt individuals do this. No, it's a nation's worth of corrupt individuals. None of them are any good. They're all like this. For a moment there, I thought my bird died, and it didn't. So they're doing like the wolf thing, where they're all attacking at the same time. Oh, you're just giving me meat. That's all you're doing. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I've been in that negative spiral when I was younger, and I got out of it because it was self-destructive. You know, you could talk shit all you want, and you can get angry and greedy and all this. Not greedy, but selfish. And the thing is, what you realize is there's a bunch of people out there that do just that, and they don't care. There's a group of people that'll do whatever it takes to hold power over the planet and all the humans on it. They don't care. Do you know how many ways they have to get rid of people? How much power they really have? You're lucky in this country, in America. You're lucky you still have free speech. Over there in Europe, some guy talked shit on Facebook. They gave him 20 months in jail. 20 months for talking shit on somebody. And they're just getting started over there in Europe. Those people don't have any real rights. Sorry to say. Yeah. I never wanted to say that. You know what I mean? I always thought, nah, we're good. And that just isn't the case. Not at all. There we go. Alright, sorry, I had to kill something. Yeah, to put all the tigers upstairs because they were in the way. Alright, so I can move this over, but let's see. I got some of these, so that means I can put out some plants, but I need to eventually go out and get a pig to try to, you know, you need a pig to make the feces that you can use to, there we go, get that started. You need a pig to make the feces to go ahead and put as to make fertilizer to put in those plants, and then each point of fertilizer becomes like a bullet, you know. But I don't know, I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have any animals outside or anything. Okay, so all that chitin I'm going to convert it into CP. chitin and keratin. Yeah, man. I pretty much have had it with people and their shit. I mean, if it ain't one thing, it's another, guys. With people. Okay. So that'll keep going. All right. Let's give respect to the last gentleman. A very heated opinion. Nobody deserves millions of dollars. This guy thinks like a communist or Marxist or one of those other fucking people. He doesn't believe in a free market, but without a free market, there's no room for, without your ability to personally make an investment and foster that investment, there's no progress in a capitalistic society. The whole point of a capitalistic society is everybody has a chance. If we weren't in a capitalistic society, I wouldn't be able to invest in the stock market. I would have to go beg the government permission to do it. Here, I can do it freely whenever I want. Things like that do matter, in my opinion. But anyway, it's always a pleasure to listen to everybody. And that was, once again, Real as Being 99. And we're about an hour and 6 minutes, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you for watching. Let's log off here. There we go. And I'll continue doing this business here. I got quite a bit of work to do. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.